Are you getting there?
Get off my back, woman.
Oh, get on with it. We haven't got all night.
Listen, lady, only one person around here tells me what to do. And that person ain't you. Got it?
Is she upsetting you, Stan?
I don't like working with someone breathing down me neck, boss.
How unfortunate. No one seems to have told you that I'm the boss here.
Easy does it, Stan. She's a paymaster, remember?
And here comes pay dirt.
The journal's just shown, boss.
Nice timing. I'll take care of him.
Just take a few of the inferior ones, like these. It'll show the court what an amateur he is.
And it'll teach him to mess with professionals, won't it?
Right, out. Back way.
I'll leave the front door wide open. That'll keep him busy while I sort out Armitage.
Out. Go, now!
Simon Armitage, you have been found guilty of theft and conspiracy to steal. As one of the ringleaders of the gang that stole £500,000 worth of diamonds from Marlingford Manor on Sunday, 12th of August last year, you are hereby sentenced to a custodial term, which will be decided next month, but which will begin with immediate effect. Do you have anything to say?
Only, my lady, with the greatest respect, that I maintain my complete innocence. I had nothing whatsoever to do with this robbery.
Your lack of remorse will do nothing to mitigate your sentence, Mr. Armitage. I trust that you'll take a different view of your situation once you have spent some time at Her Majesty's pleasure. Take him down.
Dad, no, you can't do this to him. He's never stolen anything in his life.
Silence in court.
Come on, Chrissy. We need to look after Mum.
So what was your trip down like, Jan?
I was a bit nervous, with it being my first on practice past the test.
Oh, I'm sure you did famously.
I got lost twice from the sat-nav signal then. That's what made me so late.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's good to see you, even if it is only for a short time. How's your mum?
Working all hours. She says she needs the overtime.
Yes, that's the problem when the main wage earner is banged up in here.
Oh, Dad, it's not your fault that you're in here.
I'll do anything when I get out. I'll stack shells, clean drains, bring it on. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm being a right old misery guts, aren't I? How's Chrissy?
Working really hard, lacing her box.
Excellent.
She sends her love.
Excellent. And you? Still glad you chose to study law?
Yeah, I am, Dad. It's really fascinating. When it goes right.
like my trial went.
Yeah, I might have tried. Oh, your old Ford's going well, Dad. Sailed through its MOT the other day.
Excellent. How much did Andy charge you?
Oh, he wouldn't take anything, so you can do him a nice write-up when you get out.
He's a good lad. But I don't know if my old job will still be waiting for me. Journalists with previous aren't exactly in hot demand.
You could write a book. Inside Looking Out, something like that.
Yeah, looking out is right. You're always watching your back in here.
So, not long now, eh, Dad?
Don't remind me.
Dad, you don't want to be banged up in here, but surely you want out.
Well, I'm safe in here. Well, certainly safer than I'll be out there.
What do you mean, Dad? Has someone been threatening you?
Time's up.
Oh, I wish you'd explain that.
It's probably best if I don't. Anyway, love to Chrissy and your mum.
Want a coffee, Chad? Oh, not right now, thanks. How was your French block?
A lot better than I thought it would be, actually. How's Dad?
Weird. Just don't get it.
What kind of weird?
Like he doesn't want to get out of prison week.
What?
He says he feels safer inside.
What's spooking him?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Going through the reportings from the Nelton trial.
Oh, so is this all about your law A-level?
I'm not sure that's going to be any use at all. I've never heard of anyone not wanting to get out of jail. Oh, and there's another thing.
What other thing?
Well, I may have been imagining it, but for the whole way here, there was just one pair of headlamps behind me. I never overtook.
With the speeds that you drive at. That is weird. Do you think they were following you?
Unless it was another driver who just passed his test.
Well, what about when you're driving down?
Got overtaken all the time, just like normal.
It might have just been a coincidence. Now, they're still letting Dad out on the 25th, aren't they? They haven't changed their minds.
Dad what it said.
They never recovered the diamonds, did they?
Except the ones that got planted on Dad.
As if a well-known and respected journalist would commit a jaw robbery.
And the person that Dad's investigating gets off just like that.
Juliet Thorne, wealthy antique dealer. She'd be in a pretty good position to get rid of the diamonds, wouldn't she?
Well, she could have done that by now. Perhaps on the other side of the world.
And that cop, the one who said he's putting all those stops to get that bull woman convicted. What was his name?
Here it is. Detective Inspector Bancroft.
Well, whatever he did, didn't work, did it? Hi, Mum. Jem says Dad was fine, and they're still going to let him out on the 25th. Are you working late again? No, don't wait in the cold for a bus. Jem will pick you, all right, you, Jem? See you later, Mum.
I wish she didn't have to work such long hours.
And I wish she let us get supermarket jobs.
She doesn't want anything to get in the way of our schoolwork. Just wait till I'm a high-flying lawyer. We'll eat out every night.
Well, when Dad gets out of prison, that should take the pressure off, shouldn't it?
He said that he'd never get his old job back, but that he'd try anything to get some extra money coming in.
Poor Dad. He was such a brilliant journo, and he loved his work, didn't he?
If I'd have been his lawyer, things would have been different.
What if we could prove that Dad never did that jewel robbery?
What if we could take a rocket ship to the sun? What time is Mummy picking up again?
She said 8:30.
I'll get going now. Traffic's bad with robots.
What on earth could that be?
I'll get it.
Sorry it's rather late, Joe.
Well, yes it is, and I have to go pick up my mum.
So it take long.
Oh, Chrissy, you remember...
Detective Inspector Bancroft, of course I remember you. We were just talking about you.
I'm sorry it's rather late, but I thought I'd better drop by as it's not long before your dad's going to be released.
What's all this about?
It's just say I'm here less as an officer of the law and more as a friend, Chrissy.
Like you said during Dad's trial, Inspector.
The law had to take its course, Chrissy.
The law is way off course. Dad's done his trial to the people who should have been jailed.
And now that he's due to be released, I am simply here to give you some friendly advice.
What do you mean?
Your father had a reputation as an excellent journalist before all this happened. We're concerned that he may not see it as case closed, so to speak.
You mean he might try and prove that he was never involved in that joint robbery? Well, it's not very likely, is it? When he's afraid of being released. If you said something to him, if you threatened him.
I want to watch what you say, Gemma. I'm simply here to give you the same advice that I gave your father.
What exactly did you say to Dad?
That harassment of an innocent woman will land him right back in deep water.
You didn't think Juliet Thorne was innocent before the trial, Inspector?
The circumstantial evidence weighed heavily against your father. If I were you, I would convince him to put all this behind him and move on.
I have to go pick up her mum now. I'll show you to the door, Inspector.
That was so good. There's so much to be said for beans on toast with loads of cheese.
Oh, these shifts are horrible, Mum. You shouldn't go so long without food.
Sweetheart, I'm lucky to get the extra hours. And they pay time and a half after 6. Now, are you intending all your homework?
Yep, so drink up your hot choc and I'll run your Body Shop bar.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm not that decrepit yet. And I happen to know your favourite programme is on next. I'm a Celebrity. Make me a laughing stock. I'm tired. I've got to go to work, so good night, you two.
Good night, Mum. She did mention Dad, didn't she?
No. I don't think Bancroft's got to learn his work.
All I know about D.I. Bancroft is that I have never trusted him.
That was a warning, wasn't it? When he came over to Nan. A warning for us and Dad to back right off.
Which means that he and the Thorne woman both have something to hide.
They're scared that Dad will keep on digging once he's out. But he won't be. He was in pieces when I saw him. I hated seeing Dad so broken.
Come on, if we're going to put Dad back together, we need to think.
Did you hear that? Came from the front door.
Is it bolted?
I always bolt it when I get in with Mum. Quick then, switch off the lights and get down on the floor.
God, I hope the window's locked.
Chrissy, we have to call the police.
Suppose this is the police.
What?
You know, Bancroft trying to scare us like he scared Dad.
Do you really think he would?
Yes, I do. Or he's got one of his crooked friends to do it. Maybe the same ones that helped steal the diamonds.
Well, what are we going to do? There's Mum upstairs. We can't just make a run for it.
God, they're drilling through the window. If only we had some kind of alarm that could scare them off.
We don't have a burglar alarm.
No, but we do have a smoke alarm in the kitchen. I'm going to set something on fire.
Oh, not the house, Chrissy, please!
What are you two doing?
Oh, it's okay, Mum. Jen set it off by accident.
Oh, for heaven's sakes! I was asleep!
Sorry, Mum. I set it off. It was far more likely to be you. Now, concentrate. On what? Our battle plan. Bancroft's gone too far. It's time to carry the fight to the enemy. sort it.
How do you know that?
Oh, we have this guy from the local police force who assembled us. It was a talk-in on security. He gave us so much useful information on break-ins.
I'm not hearing this. We're not breaking into this shop.
Chill, we're not breaking anything. Now, can you just keep a lookout while I try some gentle persuasion?
You are joking. No, you're not joking, are you?
Because it's not funny, Jem. All this time, Dad's been locked up for a crime that someone else committed. And now, just when he's about to get out, they're threatening him and us.
What do you want me to do, Chrissy?
Keep a lookout. There's still people about. I don't want them seeing me doing this. Anything to report?
Someone forgot to feed the cat.
Hey, Jen! Oh, I found a safe.
And your friendly local police officer told the whole assembly on how to crack a safe.
Don't be an idiot. I googled that bit.
Oh, God.
Hey, Jen, did you think to bring Dad's toolkit?
Oh, stupid old me.
All right.
Well, why the hell didn't you just do something about it?
Someone's coming.
And I'm gone.
There's nothing missing, is there?
That is not the point. They were caught straight away on CCTV. Why the hell didn't you just put in a squad car and have them arrested?
Do you really want to attract more police attention? Just when you thought you were rid of it?
You promised me that this would all be over once Simon Armitage was in prison.
And so it will be, my lovely. Just keep a cool head. It would help if you could get rid of... Well, you know what?
I wasn't to know my fence was going to get nicked the day after, was I?
There must be other routes, surely. Look, the longer that you sit on that stuff,
Oh, the longer that we sit on it, darling.
if we are sitting on it, you could at least tell me where you've got it hidden. Darling.
That's neat to know, darling.
As your co-conspirator, I think I do need to know, darling.
What you need to know is that it's hiding in plain sight.
That's not an answer.
But you just have to make do with it.
Oh, what the hell is bugging you?
Simon Armitage, of course. He is due out in a matter of days and he will be right back on our tail
No,
again.
he won't. I put the frighteners on him and his kids.
What did you say to him?
That if he took any more interest in you, we had reason to believe there might be a contract tag for him.
That's strong stuff.
Simon Armitage used to be a very determined man. He wasn't when I left him.
Yes, but now that his children seem to be taking up the cudgels on his behalf.
I think we ought to make the point rather more emphatically to our would-be safecrackers.
Did you get all that?
Yeah, every last word.
What he said to Dad? That was horrible.
Well, I don't like what you said about us either. We're going to have to be very careful, Chrissy.
But we've got to do this, Jen. There's been a huge miscarriage of justice, and now Dad's life is in danger.
I can't bear to think of him being so scared.
The thing is, what are we going to do with these recordings? It's not like we can just walk into the local police station with them.
We need to talk to someone who was on the original case, but isn't bent like Bancroft.
I know. What about Dad's newspaper? They must have been horrified when it all went against it.
Yeah, and we need the news editor, don't we? What was it?
Harriet.
Good shout. I'll give her a call first thing tomorrow.
Hey, did you get through? I haven't had a chance all day. It's been manic. Oh, brilliant. When? First thing tomorrow. Okay, where are we meeting her? Sorry, Jem, I didn't hear that. What's Izzy doing? I don't need this, Jem. He's on the pavement. I've got to go. Hurry, Jem, please.
Chrissy, are you alright?
God, Jem, you scared me. I thought it was him coming after me again.
Come on, let's get you home. Do you want to stop all this?
God, no. Think of poor Dad.
Great, just checking. So we're still going ahead with that meeting then?
It's good of you to see us so quickly.
It was awful what happened to Simon when the jury found him guilty. He was so obviously framed. And your recordings confirm that. I thought it might be useful to drive out here to the scene of the crime, although it wasn't your father's crime.
So how did they manage to frame Dad?
Well, Simon had been investigating Juliet Thorne for quite some time. He discovered that several works of art she sold subsequently turned out to be fakes. And he had some contacts in the underworld. So when one of these contacts told him about a diamond heist that is being planned on the collection here, Simon tipped off the police. But he also planned to be here when the gang was arrested.
That was a risk.
It was a huge risk for a scoop.
And something went wrong.
We don't know exactly what, but from your recordings it would seem that D.I. Bancroft got to hear about it and made sure that Juliet Thorne's gang got away.
And some of the diamonds were found in Dad's car.
So what more can we do? Do we need more evidence in these recordings?
I'll have a word with the Chief Inspector of the local force. I've worked with him before. If there's a rotten apple in the barrel, he'll be the first to want to know.
There's something else you need to know. Chrissy was on her way home from school last night and someone on a dirt bike tried to run her over.
God, Chrissy, did you tell the police?
You just said yourself well, that might have been a really bad idea.
This is all getting very sinister. I don't like it at all.
If we could just push them into making a mistake, giving themselves away somehow.
That could put you both in very grave danger indeed. Now, promise me you won't do anything until I get back to you.
That's a promise. We're going to visit Dad tomorrow. Do you think we should tell him about these recordings?
You could be overheard. They have CCTV cameras everywhere. Far better to say nothing at this stage.
When do you think you might get back to us?
When's your father being released again?
Week after next.
Right, so the clock's ticking, isn't it? I'll try and get back to you tomorrow, okay? Now, look after yourselves, okay?
Oh my God, Dad. What happened to your hand?
Well, this could have been a slip of the knife under the canteen.
Was it someone you know?
No, never seen him before. This sort of thing happens all the time in here.
Yeah, especially when someone is just over a week away from being released.
Just a minute.
Do you have any enemies in here, Dad?
No, not that I know of. In fact, I've made a few friends. I help out with the prison literacy scheme. It was one of my book buddies who sorted out my assailant. Socked him out a nice, neat right hook to the jaw.
So, this happened yesterday?
Yes, now, can we let it drop? How's your mum?
Dad, as Chrissy and I signed the visitor's book, I had a chance to check who dropped by yesterday. Now, he didn't put his full name and title, but the initials were clear enough. D.I.B. The same. I reckon he put whoever attacked you up to it. Maybe by getting you into trouble by starting a fight, or even something worse.
I'd keep quiet about that if I were you, Jem. Walls have ears and all that.
Hi, Harriet. Right, well, we can get back for, say, 4:30 your office? Great. See you then.
Place to work with something called Harriet.
Sorry, Dad, we have to get back to this meeting. It's really important.
Right.
Please, take care of yourself, Dad.
You take care as well.
awful. Right, so you'll have to drive a bit faster than you normally do then, Jem.
Chrissy, you will find that when you take your test, that it's not speed that gets you safely from A to B.
Don't call speed that get me to the car ahead of you. Race you.
Chrissy wakes Mum. Mum?
Gemma, I had a call that I was needed at home and that a car would pick me up.
What? Who was the call from, Mum?
I don't know. I just assumed it was the police and that one of you was in trouble. Are you okay?
We're fine, Mum. Where are you?
Well, I usually wait for you, Jem, and there's a car.
Mum, listen, you're in danger. You must go back to your work and stay there. Do you hear me?
The car was open, Jem.
Mum, get back in the building now.
What's all this about?
Mum, get back in the building and stay there. And don't take a lift from anyone except me. Do you hear me?
God, Jem, what's happening?
All hell's happening, Chrissy. And I think this is just the beginning.
You sound just like Dad.
Just who was in that car then?
We don't know, Mum, but it's likely that you were going to get a lift back home.
Sit down, Mum, and we'll get you some tea.
No, not until you two give me a full explanation of exactly what is going on.
All we know is it's to do with Dad getting out of prison next week.
Oh, you mean someone will be worried that he'll go digging again trying to clear his name?
Something like that.
Sweetheart, it's a bit more than that, isn't it? This meeting that you've had to call off with your dad's editor.
And the Chief Inspector of the local force.
Oh, so you two have been doing some digging of your own, and it's landed us all in some very hot water.
I know you'll want us to stop, Mum, but we can't. Dad's in danger, and if we could just clear his name and get the real culprits put away for good.
What makes you think I'll want you to stop, Chrissy?
Armitage, visitor.
It's not visiting time.
I'll check your watch if I was you, Armitage.
Haven't you had enough of pestering me, Detective Inspector?
I wouldn't call a friendly piece of advice by that name, Armitage.
Well, I have to say your boredom threshold's way higher than mine. Tired of playing with knives, are we? What is it next? Russian roulette?
Perhaps it is, Armitage.
Interesting. That piece of metal tells me I'm looking at a man more frightened than I am.
Shut up and listen. This is a warning, so you'd better take notice. There's going to be a breakout.
Yeah, orchestrated by your good self, no
That,
doubt.
my dear friend, is none of your business. But when C Block empties out tomorrow night, you had better be amongst them.
And what if I'm not?
You will be, because your kids will be there too.
My kids?
Very good of you to get here at such short notice, Chief Inspector. I know you have a full diary.
And with a newspaper to run, so do you, Harriet. Chrissy, Gemma, I've listened to your recordings and it does seem like great injustice has been done to your father.
At last, someone said that.
Can it be undone, Chief Inspector?
It can and it must. The issue is corroborating the evidence. We must be careful not gang know until we get our hands on all the proof.
Was Juliet Thorne's antique shop ever searched, Chief Inspector?
It should have been thoroughly searched.
But if the detective in charge was...
Chrissy!
No, Gemma, Chris is quite right to question police procedure. I'll make it a priority job for the morning.
Another thing is, Dad's in trouble in the prison. Someone attacked him with a knife 2 days ago.
Maybe we should try and bring forward his release date. Another priority job for the morning.
But where can he go and feel safe until all this is sorted?
There are places, Chrissy. They're called safe houses.
But while we've got D.I. Bancroft in the middle of it all, no one's going to be safe for Dad.
I'm sure the Chief Inspector will have thought of that, Chrissy.
Well, I'm not sure of anything right now, and I'm worried sick about my dad.
And there's more, Chief Inspector. Last night, Chrissy and Gemma's mum was almost abducted. And 2 nights before that, someone on a dirt bike tried to run Chrissy over.
This is looking more and more like a conspiracy. Hammond? What did you say? How long ago? As of now, we're all on an emergency footing. It's been a breakout at Dartmouth.
Right. Can you two get home okay?
No problem, we've got a car. You message Mum while I drive. We've been invited to a party. Let's go.
Gemma, listen, I'm just downstream of you. Can you grab hold of this branch?
Dad, is that you?
Concentrate, both of you. I can see you coming. Now, grab the branch and hang on.